Hi, my name is Daniel Stein. I am the curator of the Particle Collider Festival. I want to first thank the University of California, Santa Barbara in general, and the Theater and Dance Department in particular for all of the support that they give to the Particle Collider Festival. When I begin teaching every quarter, I tell my students that I believe that if it's true in the physical world, it's probably also true in the metaphysical world. That is to say, that the principles of the physical world, physics, are very similar to the principles in the metaphysical world, the world of ideas and imagination. A particle collider is a very sophisticated machine that I would not know how to truly explain, but in my modest attempt, I will say it accelerates charged particles and creates an opportunity for those particles to intersect. And when charged particles intersect, there is a huge release of energy. Now, one of the fascinating things about charged particles is that, like charged particles, repel one another as they do in a magnet, and unlike charged particles, attract one another as they do in a magnet. If it's true in the physical world, it's probably also true in the metaphysical world. We all stand on the shoulders of everyone in front of us, be it a first grade teacher or your parents or whoever. We also all stand for something, hopefully. The Particle Collider Festival is an opportunity for UCSB students to take the platform of standing on the shoulders of others, use all of that information, and find a way to find their own artistic voice. So I proudly present to you the 2021 Particle Collider Festival, and I hope to see you after the show. Have a great day. Bye.
It's the corn nuts, isn't it? It's the 15 fun-size Hershey's cookies and cream bars. I'm not gonna drink chai. Okay, I've never tasted herbal tea or ginger tea or iced tea, but while you fellas go out and get your brew, I start getting kind of thirsty, so I dip my gullet in that stream of magma known as carbon.
Dad? Hey, I know I've never reached out to you like this before, or even talked to you directly. We've never met, but growing up, I'd ask Mom about you and she'd tell me stories. Good. And bad? You were a drummer in a metal band. You were a bodybuilder for a time. You became a born-again Christian in your later years, and you were a genius tile setter. When you and Mom met, you were doing card tricks on a bar at a nightclub. Now, I know all this about you, and you know nothing about me. You left when I was a baby. It was just me and my mom trying to make the best of everything life was throwing at us. I don't know what being a father is like or what it does to a person, so maybe there's a good reason you left. I've tried to rationalize it, but the more I think about it, the less it makes sense to me. You got remarried twice. You had a daughter and another son. You were there for them. You were a part of their lives. But not mine. Why not? I struggled growing up, watching dads and their kids play catch, build shit together. I don't even know what you're supposed to do with your dad. But dad and kid stuff. Mom is a superhero for doing her part and yours, and we're both stronger because of it, and I'm proud of that. Apparently you talked about me at the dinner table. Yeah, I got a message on Facebook one day from someone saying they had heard about me and that they were looking for me. That's the day I found out I had a brother. I found out I had family. I found out there were other people out there that could make me feel like I belonged to something so much bigger than myself. I don't think I'll ever understand why you left. But I think I know why you never tried to find me. You were ashamed. And maybe your version of making up for everything was to commit yourself to raising my two brothers. You've given me a huge gift, actually. You've given me a brother. And a sister, somewhere. But that's just it. I'm okay with not meeting. I've learned that's okay. I've grown up knowing there's people in my family I'll just never get to meet. But I've met them. Countless times in my head whenever I think about my brother or my sister or my uncle or my grandma. We're the closest family anyone's ever seen. And when I think about you, you're the greatest dad, the kindest father, and you tell me how sorry you are and how much you love me. I really wish we could have met. But I'll always have you here. And I'll cherish that for the rest of my life. With honor. Your son, Varric.
drive down to Chevron and I get a 44-ounce styrofoam cup and fill it up with Mountain Dew, Code Red. No ice, just Dew. And I walk around that mini mart and I pretend to look at shit. I walk by the candy rack and pick up a Hershey's Cookies and Cream bar and pretend like I don't have 15 fun-size Halloween party pack wrappers sitting on the dresser next to my bed. And just before I leave, I fill it up a second time. Ice, this time, because there's a code. And I go up to the front desk and they're like, "Hi, sorry, you're going to have to pay for 2 of those." And I say, "Do you know what city we're in?"
Pink, frilly underwear. Thoughts? I desperately want a pair. I can't get this image out of my head of a pair of pink, frilly underwear. They're like a blush color with delicate lace trim on the edges that meet your thigh and a tiny little bow with a rosebud in the middle right near your belly button. Pink frilly underwear looks good on everyone. It doesn't make you feel uncomfy. It doesn't give you that weird empty feeling. No. Pink frilly underwear is one size fits all. And by that I don't mean all skinny people or all round asses or all non-stretched skin or all virgins or all female presenting people. No. It fits and suits all. But pink frilly underwear doesn't give you superpowers. It doesn't turn you into anything, actually. You don't transform into the embodiment of male fantasies. No. Pink frilly underwear allows girls to walk home safe at night. Pink frilly underwear makes men that try to touch you without consent spontaneously combust. Pink frilly underwear gouges out the eyes of those who do not appreciate art. Pink frilly underwear miraculously sews the mouth shut of those who give you unwarranted advice about how to be prettier. You should lose weight, or you should smile more. Zip. Pink frilly underwear takes men that hide under cars and turns them into puddles and makes them evaporate and condensate and precipitate, turning them into showers of rain where people with pink frilly underwear can dance with real joy, without worry, without judging stares, without wonder if they are getting home safe tonight, without the overwhelming feeling that their beauty will never fully be recognized. Pink frilly underwear places a protective barrier around you. Pink frilly underwear makes the world safe for women, for people to just live. Pink frilly underwear doesn't adjust your appearance. It doesn't give you anything that you don't already have. It doesn't make you do anything. Pink frilly underwear allows you to go back to the time when you were a child. Or perhaps it gives you the childhood that you were never granted. To a time where you could love with a love that was more than just love because you didn't know any better. Or perhaps because we knew all that we needed to when you loved before you were ashamed out of it. pink, frilly underwear haunts my dreams. I saw a pair of pink, frilly underwear on my morning walk. It was there, nestled in the roots of an uprooted tree trunk, and upon seeing pink, frilly underwear, I was transported into a deep, treacherous part of my brain. And I would think of all the terrible ways somebody could lose their pair of pink, frilly underwear. Every day I would walk past them, but they would only occupy my thoughts for about 5 minutes. In that time, I was trying to convince myself that maybe it was all a misunderstanding. That maybe, perhaps, the owner hadn't even noticed that the pair had gone missing. After 5 minutes, the thoughts would leave. Until I saw them again, and the cycle would continue with new, disgustingly terrible scenarios and equally disgusting excuses. And then pink frilly underwear vanished, only to materialize in the very roots of my thoughts. But 5 minutes wouldn't suffice. It wasn't until I completely uprooted the trunk of the tree that I was able to see it. I saw it. Fear. A world with pink, frilly underwear does not and should not just be a fantasy, but it shall. Until the very roots of your thoughts are filled with so many pairs of pink, frilly underwear that you must completely uproot them and hand wash them one by one.
Which kind of sucks, because I know they're not going to want me back, so I got to go to AM/PM where the cups are plastic and take longer to decompose. But, maybe it's a good thing, because at AM/PM, 32-ounce cups are only $1, whereas if I go back to Chevron, they're $1.25. And listen to this bullshit. 44 ounces at Chevron, $2. You go up 12 ounces, you go up a full 75 cents. But it's only a 25-cent increase from 20 to 32. Meaning, if I multiply 32 by 44, I get 1,408 ounces, because you always include the unit of measurement. So, if I buy 32 44-ounce cups, I'll end up with the same amount of dew as if I bought 44 32-ounce cups. The cost of the 32s, $55. The cost of the 44s, $64.
My mom was super freaking strict when I was little. She would never let me go to the play dates and birthday parties I always got invited to. I know she did it out of love. I had a freaking milk allergy, and she was always nervous that I'd die because of it. Yeah. I was the one kid who always brought the EpiPen everywhere he went. I also brought a lunch pail every day. Same lunch every single day. Not even the same lunch, same everything every single day. Eggs and a banana with organic peanut butter for breakfast, tuna sandwich for lunch, and not even the seasoned tuna. The ingredients listed were literally tuna and water. Chicken and pasta for dinner, and if I behaved, frozen blueberries for dessert. Yeah. I wanted her approval so badly that I actually followed that diet for a while. Like, even when my friends offered me their snacks, I would never take a bite. Wow. I never even took a bite. But yeah, anyway, I hit third grade and I realized that I'd rather live and risk dying young than eat the same foods every single day. You know? I just had this realization that, like, there's a ton of flavors out there, you know? Um, yeah, Costco was like 5-minute walk from our school, so I snuck out during lunch and went there. All you have to do is walk behind an adult as they go in, and employees just assume you're their kid. I didn't even need a freaking card. Costco is like heaven. I've never been in heaven before, but if I did, I think it looked like Costco. They have these huge doors that are like 20 feet high. The aisles go on forever, and they're so tall that it hurts your neck to look up at the top of them. And when you walk in, there's all these really big, sparkly TV screens with a bunch of different channels. They have more TVs than my friend Tyler. And he's rich. The inside is super, super long and super, super wide. I tried to run from one end to the other as fast as I could, and I wasn't just tired by the end of it, I was winded. Winded is like tired times 2. Costco has everything. You could live at Costco if you wanted to. They have couches, TVs, radios, books, blankets, and so much food. The food is the best part. There's these stations with these old ladies that have black nets in their hair, and they give out samples with a bunch of different types of food for free. I'm a smart kid, so I ask if there's dairy in it every single time. The samples change once a week, so I have time to decide what cracker is the flakiest, what juice is the sweetest, what nut is the nuttiest, what popsicle is the fruitiest. Oh my god, I could go on forever. There's so much food that doesn't have dairy in it. It's crazy. I don't know why my mom makes me eat the same food every single day. There's so many other options. She's evil. I used to wake up every day and punch my pillow because I was so mad that I was done sleeping. I tried every type of food in my dreams, even milk and ice cream and cream cheese. But then I found Costco samples, and now I wake up every day and give my pillow a nice pat on the back. I've only had cow milk once before, and my mom says I had a horrible reaction. I don't remember though, because I was really little. I don't want to die, but I really, really want to try cookies. All my friends say that cookies are to die for. One of the ladies at Costco with net hair told me that there's just a little bit of milk in the butter, and that it's cooked too, so I should be okay. Plus, I have my EpiPen. Plus, I decided that a little bit of danger is okay if you get to feel like you're alive. So, yeah, I'm gonna try a cookie. I was a complete dumbass when I was in 3rd grade. I ate a few samples of the chocolate chip cookie, and it was almost immediate. My face and neck swelled and turned red in like, what, 5 minutes? Everything was itchy as fuck. And I couldn't breathe. In hindsight, like if it happened again, now, you know, the swelling and the redness probably wouldn't freak me out that much. But yeah, the not breathing would probably most likely still freak me the fuck out. But anyway, I panicked, got my EpiPen and tried slamming it into my leg, but I missed and broke it on the ground. Yeah. You grow up thinking, I'm gonna go to heaven if I die. And then you're actually dying. And you have no fucking idea where you're gonna go. I just wanted my mom. I hated her for making me eat the same food every single day. But in that moment, I just wanted my mom. Where was I? Yeah, I wanted my mom. Yeah, after that, didn't eat anything for the next 2 weeks. Just refused to. It got to the point where my parents had to take me to the hospital so the doctors could knock me out and use a temporary feeding tube. They took me back home and again, didn't eat anything for 2 weeks. Eventually, they just said no to the nasal tube and surgically placed one right here. Had that up until sophomore year of high school when I went to a school dance. And my stomach fluids started to leak on my white shirt. Yeah, shit's fucking disgusting. Definitely better now. No feeding tube. I eat actual food, but there are still phases when I don't eat anything for a couple days, mostly when I'm stressed. That's what I'm here for. So you could teach me how to stay level-headed and healthy when I'm stressing. It's funny. My mom's doing her darndest to get me to eat other foods now. But I eat the same freaking things she made me eat when I was in elementary school. Eggs and a banana with organic peanut butter for breakfast. Tuna sandwich for lunch. Chicken and pasta for dinner. And if I feel brave, frozen blueberries for dessert.
So I grew up in Tulare, hour south of Fresno, hour north of Bakersfield, smack dab middle of the valley. Right next door to us, not even a mile away because technically there's no distance between two shapes that share an edge, is another town called Visalia. And I don't really like Visalia. And, you know, it's not the stores. They got way cooler stores than we do. I mean, they got a Kohl's that hasn't yet run out of business and a comic shop that hasn't yet run out of business, but Visalia really likes to act like they're a different town. Like they're not Tulare 2.0. And I go to school in Visalia, and all my Visalian friends say, "How'd you make it to Visalia so fast?" And I say, "Visalia is Tulare, and I'm here faster than half of the Visalian sluts that take off at the exact same time. Quit taking Mooney." At the end of my street, there's a place where you can get some killer al pastor. And we're chowing, and that pork is good. And you might think, hey... You might think, hey, Tulare's not so bad after all. But you feel something slick stretching between your lips and the top of your throat. And you gag a little as you pull out a hair so long, it's I'm sorry, but I giggle a little and I jokingly say, man, I hope there's 15 more of those in your sandwich alone. But you lift that bun up and gather every strand of silly scalp string you can find and gather that matted ball and throw it on the ground and holy fuck, it's a wet gerbil. The first gerbil in Tulari's history.
When I was little, I was obsessed with these books called the Dear America Diaries. It was like this series of historical fiction novels written in the form of the diaries of young girls. And they were all placed in a different time of great historical significance. Each girl was so heroic and brave and important. It's like you're trying to get to heaven in a hurry, and the queue is shorter than you thought it would be. I write diaries. I have for a really long time because I think there's something to say in leaving a footprint. And, you know, just like those other girls, if I don't tell my story, then if I don't tell my story, it's like you're trying to get to heaven in a hurry, and the queue is shorter than you thought it would be, and the doorman says you need to get a wristband. My grandpa keeps travel logs. He writes down where he started, where he's going, how many miles it took to get him there, and all the places he stopped. He says it so that he knows where to go next time, where he got the best gas prices, which roads gave him the least amount of trouble. But I can't help but wonder, how does he know that he'll even need all that again? I mean, when you're my grandpa and you drive as many places as he does, how can you know that you'll need to know all of that again? And how can you know that it's important? What if they read me and they hate me? What if they read me and they think that I'm not important? What if they don't even read me? But as long as you still keep peppering the pill. I have a need to be seen. If you watch back old home videos of me, you can tell that I knew when the camera was on me. And it felt so good. Because there's something to be said about Knowing that you're important enough to be written down. But as long as you still keep peppering the pill, you'll find a way to spit it out again. I want to be seen. Even if it's just a reflection. Or a trick in the lights, or a dent in the floorboards. God, I want to know that I'm alive and that I matter. And that maybe someday when my pages are blank and can't write anything more down, I'll know that I was here. And even when you know the way it's gonna blow, and I know that even if no one else makes it for me, I have a little stage to stand on. It's hard to get around the wind.
I'm currently living in San Francisco, and I can't remember the last time I saw a real dangerous Rottweiler. Greyhounds everywhere, and Afghan hounds. Artistic. I'm into art, by the way. No one here thinks so. But, hey, isn't there an art to my jankiness? I'm at art school right now, and last month for his assignment, some kid looked at the camera and breathed for 3 minutes. And some girl in my class started crying. And I get up there, and I fight the air for exactly 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and my professor looks at me and says, "You need to work on your fluidity." Yeah, I know there is an art to fluidity. But I'm the jank master. When those other kids got out of school, their parents took them to gymnastics and dance class, whereas I went home, so they can't help that they're fluid, that they can't jank. Our school put on a modern production on Macbeth, and I've studied some Shakespeare, but I never understand what the hell's ever happening. And Lady Macbeth slaps Macbeth in the dick, and I turn to Duncan next to me, and I'm like, Duncan! Duncan! Are they about to get a divorce? And he shushes me, and I turn around, and Macbeth is fucking killing the king. And the worst part about it, even after they got a divorce, she still killed herself.
Der Hollyrock wuchs in meinem Herzen, Tod und Sprachfluch, Tod und Bestand mit du mir her. Flieht nicht durch dich, so der Schmerzen, so der Schmerzen, so bist du mit mir, so bist du meine Tag sind gegen Verstoßen sie auf ewig, verlassen sie auf ewig, zertrümmert sie auf ewig, alle Worte der Natur. Verstoßen, verlassen und zertrümmert alle Worte der Natur. Wenn nicht durch dich sollst du gerne blassen. Hirsch, 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 Ratschig Gott hin, den guten Flug.
I haven't even seen most of Scorsese's roster. But Robert De Niro? Meet the Parents? We went to Walmart one time, and on the $5 discount shelf, there was Meet the Fockers on DVD, and by some miracle, on the Blu-ray discount shelf, another copy of Meet the Fockers for $9.99. And I bought that $10 Meet the Fockers Blu-ray because Dustin Hoffman earned it. And you can't even call yourself an artist if you scoff at Grandpa Robert De Niro attempting to breastfeed a baby and then go and praise Rembrandt's Bathsheba. The boobs look the same. We went to an art museum last week and there was a collection of Willem de Kooning paintings. And I looked at one for a couple of minutes and couldn't really figure out what I was looking for. So I stepped back 5 feet and squinted. Nothing. Stepped back 10 feet, so now I'm 15 feet away and squinted a little less hard. But I still haven't quite found it. Step back again, now I'm 100 feet away, eyes wide open, and in the doorway to another room, and... it's a little clump. God damn! That's a gerbil! They got so many of them down here in San Francisco, they can taxidermize them and put them on their walls. We're lucky if the guys with the cleaver in the back of the restaurant can produce one. I'm an artist now. The Jank Master's an artist. And we go to the next display, and there's a Piet Mondrian painting, and I think, oh, I studied squares in school while they were taking dance classes. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. And I look to my left, and that same girl's crying again. I'm not crying. Oh, this is bull dick. I'm not crying. Shit, Larry. These are Visalia people. You're just not an artist yet. You're not an artist yet. Because you don't jack yourself off to Dreamworld every night as King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard plays in the background. You jack off in the corner to a sex scene from a CW show, and right when you're about to climax, a cuddle, say something I'm giving up on you starts to play. And you pull your drawers up because damn, it's sad. But one day, you'll look at those squares, and you'll squint and maybe have to take a step back because it never came natural to you because you never did gymnastics. But you look, and those 7 squares come together to make an H. H. Hershey's Cookies and Cream Bars. And I'll walk up there, and I'll tap those squares like the chick on Jeopardy, and everybody will see that I was the artist the whole time. And you know who's gonna be crying then? Courtney Gallagher.
Come on. Ooh, that's cold. Look at that wave. Watch out! Oh! Ow! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! You gotta get my mom! You gotta get my mom! Oh my god! Shining and stirring like a patrol that needs some curling. That's why I.
Have a nice day.
Because I texted her senior year and said I had a crush on her for 2 years, and she said she wasn't even interested in boys right now, and then had a thing with the Homecoming King a month later, and she'll be sad that there is an art to jank, but not an art to frat houses, and she'll look at me like she never was to Larry, and like her neighbors didn't have Confederate flags up on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and I'll look at her, and she'll look down at her boba that she drove all the way to Visalia to buy, and I'll spin in an octagon because I'm too damn janky to make a circle, and I'll say, I'm an artist. Fuck. I'm an artist. Fuck. I'm an artist. Fuck. I'm an artist. Fuck. I'm America. Oh shit. Huh. My shirt's all red. It's not blood. As much as you Visalians say it, Tulare isn't the hood. It's just Mountain Dew Code Red. I'm starting to sweat it out a little, that's all.
Last night you were dreaming and I heard you say,
Oh, Johnny.
when you know my name is Ray, that's why I believe that now. I believe.
Pretend this is a plant. Dear houseplant, how are you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me try that again. Dear houseplant, how are you? I'm sorry. Again, I just get really claustrophobic. It's not that I don't like you or anything, it's just that I'm a heartless bitch. I just can't keep plants alive. And it makes me really sad because I like plants. I think they're beautiful. And I see other people, oh, pretend this is a watering can. I see other people with plants and I want really badly to have what they have, and I guess I just would hate to be someone who dies alone, like lives in an apartment that's stale with no life in it. Someone who never learned how to garden, or someone who never learned how to give her love instead of hoarding it. Which reminds me of a story. Once upon a time, there was a girl who didn't have a heart. Like literally, there was nothing in her chest pumping blood through her veins, and she thought this was normal her whole life until one day her friend lost the love of her life. And when the two met up that day, her friend showed up with this gross, bloody, pulsing mess in her hands. And the girl said, "What is that?" And her friend said, "It's my heart. I gave it away the last year, and today I got it back." Her friend proceeded to take her heart, place it back inside her chest, and close it up. The girl had no idea you could even do that. So when she got home, she went to her room, closed her door, locked it, drew the curtains, looked into the mirror, and she... Nah, I won't show you that. That's gross. And besides, that's not the point. The point is, pretend this is a plant. Dear houseplant, the point of this letter is, the reason I'm writing you is because can plants even read? Oh my god, we rehearsed this! Oh my god, see, it's not so fucking hard, okay? Jesus, this is why I didn't want to do this with you. I quit. I can't fucking work like this. Oh, it's so fucking annoying. Oh my god. Pretend this is a mirror. Mirror. Ew. That's it? She cried angrily. There's no heart in here! She figured maybe she was just special and she wasn't born with one. Or she must have misplaced it, lost it somewhere. But she knew for certain that she had not given it to... Dear houseplant, the reason I'm writing you this letter is to apologize. To apologize for never letting you grow and reach your full potential. All because I was scared. I'm still scared. I'm so scared that I have to pretend this is a plant. And to be totally honest, dear houseplant, this isn't about you. I tend to suffer the tyrant of logic. I imagine my heart is always at one place at one time, never changing size, and if it's not with me, then it has to be somewhere else, right? But I think I'm wrong. Maybe it's more of a paradox. Maybe you only have as much love as you give. And if you give nothing, you have nothing. So, I'm just gonna give this to you and wait.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you are watching on May 22nd, 2021, please turn off your full screen and go back to the Zoom room where you'll be able to applaud the artists live and in person on Zoom. If you are watching after May 22nd, 2021, I hope you are safe and healthy, and I thank you for the privilege of your time. Have a peaceful and productive day. Bye.